Alright, we're back with part 4 in setting up your SEO blog post. In the last video, we started going ahead and formatting our SEO blog post together. And in the last video, I was showing you how to put together one for Ganolife, the company Ganolife. Well, as I had mentioned, I had already actually done a blog post and review on Ganolife, so I figured I'd go ahead and just kind of, from this point on, show you how I put it together. So as you can see right here, this right here is the couple of paragraphs that I mentioned in the last one that you can use as an intro into your opportunity to just to kind of show everybody what you're talking about. Obviously, if they click on it, they're expecting a Ganolife opportunity, but you just want to kind of give some kind of content in the beginning, kind of introduce it. Now, what I didn't mention in the last one is I actually also put a video kind of talking about Ganolife as well, doing a little bit of a review on it that I shot to go along with the blog post here. Now that's something that you can do optional. You don't have to do it. It's not going to affect your search engine rankings when it comes to the blog post, but it's just kind of a nice way to kick kind of a double whammy when it comes to content being out there, ranking a video and a blog post for that same company keyword. But like I said, that's optional. That's really not going to affect how you do it when it comes to this. But as you can see right here up top, when I put Ganolife in the very first line of the blog post, and what I did here is I also bolded it, put it in italics, and underlined it, and then also put it in quotes. Now, when you're doing an SEO blog post, some of the things that you need for the search engines to realize what your blog post is about, what the keyword is you're trying to rank for, is you have to do a few different things. As you can see right here, you have to have it in the title, like we mentioned before. That's one of the things that the search engines are going to look at. You have to have it in the very first sentence of your blog post, or at least the very first few lines of the blog post here. That's going to do something. And then throughout the blog post, what you want to do is you want to have the keyword. So our keyword is Ganolife review. You want to have some of them bold. You want to have some of them underlined, and then you want to have some of them kind of italics. You don't necessarily always have to have all three, but it helps you out for the search engines figuring out what your blog post is about if you do have those. All right. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and scroll down and show you a few other things. A few of the other things that you'll want to have in your blog post. Obviously, you'll want to make sure that your blog post is readable. It's not just a big block of text. You want somebody to actually read it, because you want somebody to actually feel like you're providing value in your review. Because the whole point of us doing these reviews is to try to drive traffic to whatever it is that we're trying to promote. As you can see right here, this is actually a link that I put in, an image that's linked to a capture page of mine. Has nothing to do about the blog post itself, but it's just something that I've kind of put in right in the middle of the review to drive traffic to my capture page and try to generate leads, because that's the whole point of us doing this blog post, as I mentioned. But getting back on topic, some of the other things that you need to do for the search engines to recognize what your post is about is you have to have your keyword in header tags or header titles. As you can see right here, this is a H2 tag right here, and you see Ganolife reviews, and you want to have that kind of sprinkled out throughout your blog post. Now, really, one of the main reasons you'll want to do it is it just breaks up the post. It makes the post look readable, and somebody actually want to take the time to go through it, instead of like a big block of text where all the lettering looks the same. There's no line breaks. Nobody's going to read that. So it's just going to help out from just a visual standpoint of having somebody want to read it. But when it comes to SEO, you want to have H1, H2, H3 tags in your posts. All right, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. Another thing you want to do is you want to have an image or images of the company or involved with the company. The reason you want to have this is because you want to have the image have an alt tag that has your keyword in it. Now, what is an alt tag? What an alt tag is say if this page loaded and for some reason this image didn't load up, what an alt tag is an alt tag actually is a phrase or word or something that's put in the place of the picture that tells you what the picture was or what it was about in the instance that the picture couldn't load. Now, why you want to do that for our SEO purposes is this is another way that the search engines, and particularly Google, find out what your post is about by having the keyword in your alt tag, excuse me. And I'm gonna go ahead and show you that. I'm actually gonna go ahead and show you that right now. So we got it in our title, we got it in the first line, we have it sprinkled out throughout the post with bold, underline, italics. We have it in H1, H2, H3 tags. These right here are just H2 tags. You don't have to have all of them, but you do have to have some sort of header tags with the keywords in them. And I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to do that with the blog post real quick. So let me log back in. Alright, so as you can see, another thing I did forget to mention, you also want the keyword in the link to your blog. So it's in the title, it's in the link here, and you can edit that as you just saw me do. You can click edit and put that in there. Most of the time it's going to put exactly what you have in the title, and obviously you don't want all this text in there, so you can shorten it down yourself by clicking edit. But you want it in the title, you want it in the link, you want it in the first line or the first few lines, you want it sprinkled bold or italics or underline or all three, and you want it in the header tags. Now to do the header tags, all you do is highlight here, and you see right here where it says H2 or heading 2, you just click this drop down, and that's how you can change it. Heading 1 is bigger, obviously. Heading 2 is what it looked like previously. And heading 3 is a little bit smaller. Those are the main ones that those search engines look for. Alright, even though it goes down to like heading 6, but those are the main ones that it looks for. Also, for some reason your blog post editor didn't have that option. If you just come into the text portion, which is the HTML portion, all you'd have to do is find the text that you want to put in the header, and you see how it says H2, so this is a less than sign or open bracket, H2, and then a greater than sign or close bracket. That states that you want this text to be in an H2 format. And then when you want it to close, you just put less than, you put the forward slash H2, and then the greater than to close it. That's if you weren't able to do it, but the easiest way is to do it like I showed you previously. And that's kind of how you want it sprinkled out. Now this video is kind of getting a little bit long, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it off here. And the next video should actually kind of be the last one in showing you how to put together your SEO blog post. So I'll see you in part 5.